Today, my guest is Ian Russell, founder and president of GreatCollections, a business that facilitates coin auctions and direct sales of rare coins. What is GreatCollections?
We're primarily a full-service auction company, and we auction rare coins that are worth anywhere from $10 and $20 up to this coin here, $100,000.
So in other words, I would bring a coin to you,
yes.
You commission it, or you...
Yeah, we take it on consignment, and
then where do you hold your auctions?
It's all online, and we have auctions every week, purely online. People can bid from all over the world. That coin there, for example, is...
let's show this and tell me why it's $100,000.
There's only 9 of those exist, and it was a proposed design. It was never released. It's called the shield earring. If you look at the earring, it's in the shape of a shield.
What country?
The U.S. It was released in 1882. Never really released, but it was minted in 1882, and it's one of the most popular patterns. There's 10 or 20 patterns that are in a league of their own. That's one of them, and it's a very popular coin. It's owned by a collector on the East Coast. He purchased it 15 years ago. Back then, it sold for around $40,000 in 1999.
Why? What got you into this?
You know, I've always been interested in collectibles since a young age.
I collect stamps?
Yeah, stamps. In fact, I started off in stamps, went to currency. I've worked on music memorabilia, for example. I worked on an auction for Kiss, the rock band, in 2000. That was an eye-opener, really, compared to the other collectibles that I've dealt in. And then coins. And for the last 15 years, I've purely been focused on coins.
Do you know what started you? What got you into, was this as a young kid?
You know, yeah, likely my father and my grandfather had some coins and stamps. And I do remember, I don't know, when I was 6 or 7, them showing me these coins. And I guess that's where it started. And I've always, since then, I've always wanted to be in the industry, and I've worked in it my whole life.
How's your company different than eBay?
The big difference is we verify everything. We have possession of everything that we're selling. And
so I know it's the real thing.
Correct. Yeah, we guarantee the authenticity. We manually review every coin that comes in. On eBay, you don't really know who you're dealing with. And also there's confidentiality issues. I mean, if you're buying a $50,000 coin or even a $100 coin, it doesn't really matter. You don't really want to share your information with lots of different people that you don't even know, such as on eBay. With us, it's all confidential, and the buyers and sellers don't talk. It's all handled through our company.
Do we know how many coin collectors there are?
That's a good question. Yes, and it's much more than you think. How many do you think there are in the U.S., for example?
100,000. I
think it's closer to 10 million. And
10 million?
Yes, it's much more than you would expect, only because everyone has a story about coins. If you talk to anybody out there, you take people off the street, you discuss coins, and obviously it comes up in conversation with me a lot. They always have a story about my uncle collected coins, my father collected coins, and obviously to different degrees. There's different levels of coin collecting. There's people that do it 24/7. There's people that buy one coin a year. But it's a very big industry in the US.
The website work how? Is it bidding?
You bid, yeah, you primarily bid. You can view coins online. We have 5,000 to 10,000, 15,000 coins up for bid, different items. And they're primarily US coins. We do world coins as well.
And there's a time limit on the bid?
There's a time limit on the auction. They end on Sundays. They end every few seconds on a Sunday afternoon.
And if I win, when do I get the coin and how do I pay you?
You can pay a few different ways, credit card, wire, check. It depends on the value of the item. And we ship immediately. If you pay by noon on, let's say today, it'll ship today. And I think we're the only company that can ship so quickly as a full-service auction company.
How do people get their coins to you? How does this work?
You know, it's interesting, all different ways. Most people just ship their coins to us, and we don't even know what's coming in. It's always a surprise with the mail that comes in each day. We open the packages, and one day will be a coin like this. So people will consign them. They'll fill out a consignment form from our website, consign their coins. This coin is graded. If you notice that it's in a holder, and it's been graded by a third party, PCGS, which is the leading third-party grading company. Some people just will send us loose coins, and we'll get them.
They don't insure them?
They usually insure it. We recommend they insure it through the mail. Once they arrive at our premises, they're fully covered by our insurance policy. We arrange it for the clients.
How fast do you pay the consignor?
Very quick. We pay most consigners in 7 to 10 days. The worst case scenario is 30 days from the date of auction, but we're very fast payers. We also do advances on the coins. If somebody consigns a group of coins, let's say it's $5,000 worth of coins, we'll advance $2,000 or $3,000 immediately prior to the auction.
How do you spread the word about your business?
That's the challenge, right? And we're growing very quickly. We started our business in 2011, and it's grown from having 500 listings when we launched to now having, if you check our website right now, we have 15,000 listings.
So you put this interview on your website, right?
That's the goal, right?
We'll be right back with Ian Russell. Founder and president of Great Collections, he's Ian Russell. We're gonna show some coins and then kind of the history. People who collect them, where do they keep them usually?
It depends on the value of the coins. I mean, obviously valuable coins, we recommend people keeping them in safe to deposit boxes. It's very easy to arrange insurance on coins, wherever they're kept. But yeah, it's best to keep them safe. But you know, some people that have valuable coins, they like to hold them and they like to show them to people, and they probably keep them under their bed.
Might people have some coins that are valuable that they don't know are valuable?
A lot of people. We had a coin a couple of years ago that was kept in a basement, and it's actually an interesting story. The lady worked for the CIA as a receptionist, and she always told her family about this rare coin, and no one believed her. So finally, after she died, they found the coin, and we sold it for $60,000. And it was a very rare coin. She bought it in 1971.
We know in the world of baseball cards, the Honus Wagner card, that they only printed 5, and then he stopped it because it had cigarettes on. He didn't
Correct,
smoke cigarettes.
yes. Yeah.
That one. What's the most valuable coin?
You know, there's several that you could argue for the most valuable coin. There was a coin sold a year and a half ago that sold for $10 million. But there are also other coins that you could argue, if sold today, would bring even more than that. The coin that sold for $10 million was a $1794 in exceptional condition. American coin. American coins are generally worth much more than the equivalent rarities of other countries.
Because?
The amount of collectors. If you look at a rarity like this coin here, if this was a British coin or a German coin, something of equivalent rarity and date and condition might be worth 10% of this value or 20% of the value.
Did the Confederacy print coins?
Yes, there are Confederate coins, and they're not as valuable as you would expect. And it's interesting with coins, you need to look at the popularity of how many people are collecting the coins. You can look at how many are released, but unless there's more people that care than how many of the coins released, they're not as valuable.
How about coins from Nazi Germany?
Yes, there's definitely coins from Nazi Germany, and of course at the inflation period, not as collected as you would expect. They're obviously history.
How do you know if a coin's valuable?
You know, one example, we have an archive on our website, so you can research everything we've ever sold. There are books you can buy. Information is key with buying coins. You don't just want to go out there and buy. I mean, I've had clients that have just gone to our website and bid on a coin without even knowing about it. They research later. But the best practice is to learn about the coins, and you can definitely buy books on the coins.
Where'd you grow up?
Grew up in Sydney, Australia. Yeah.
So that your coin interest began then?
It did, yes. I moved here when I was 22, and the industry is so much larger here. That's the initial attraction. Now it's home. I mean, I can't imagine.
Do you have a personal coin collection?
You know, I do, and I've kind of pared it back from years ago. Now I'm 24/7 into coins, so it's kind of a conflict to have my own collection. But I mean, every coin that we handle a sale of, I still have a passion in.
How do we go to your website?
www.greatcollections.com, and you can bid 24/7. It's very easy to register. We make things very easy for clients.
Phone number to reach you?
800 you're putting me on the spot. 800-442-6467. 800-442-6467.
Okay.
Was that right?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to try to show us some coins.
Okay. This is a very famous, probably the most famous U.S. coin. Not the most valuable, but
Bright gold.
the most famous. It's almost an ounce of gold.
What is it?
It's a 1907 high relief designed by Augustus St. Gordon's.
Worth how much?
That's worth about $35,000. President Roosevelt commissioned this. He wanted the U.S. coins to be the most spectacular in the world.
How many of them were minted?
12,000 and change. And it was a problem, if you notice how it's called a high relief, it's because of the 3D effect of the coin. They were very difficult to mint. That coin took 12 minutes to make one coin. And they decided that that wasn't practical, and they had to
What
change
did they
it.
sell for at the time?
It was $20. It's a $20 piece.
Oh, this was worth $20.
$20, and it was it's 96% of an ounce. It's a very, very, very famous coin. In different conditions, they range in value from $10,000 up to $200,000.
If I took this into a bank,
Yes,
and I didn't know what it's worth, and I just say, give me $20, would they?
I'm sure they would gladly, right?
Or would they know?
You know, a lot of people wouldn't think that that's legal tender. It is legal tender.
It is legal tender.
Absolutely.
It's
but
$20.
It's $20, but you would be crazy, obviously, to
Obviously.
use it for $20. This is a more modern version that the Mint produced 5 years ago.
5 years ago.
5 years ago, and if you check, it's the same design. It's a different size coin.
What was this, a dime?
It's also $20, but they had to make it a little different so that people didn't confuse the two.
What is this worth?
That's around $3,500 at the moment. It's an ounce of gold, and it's obviously the same design. It's a very popular modern coin from the United States.
How often do we mint new coins?
Daily.
Daily?
Well, yes, the presses are running at the moment, right, with making more
Is
currency.
the penny going to be obsolete?
I think it will eventually. Other countries have already eliminated the small denominations, and pennies are still very collected, but I don't think they're used as much as they were.
www.greatcollections.com, right?
That's
More
the
with
website.
Ian Russell when we come back. We're back with Ian Russell of Great Collections. Let's look at a few more coins.
This is a
And
very
anyone can buy these now, right?
Absolutely.
This will be up on your.
on our website, correct.
Oh, this is a dark coin.
Dark tone coin, and
what?
it's toned. It's actually upside down. It's an early silver dollar from the United States. In 1795, that circulated. That was being used as change to spend $1. Now, if you can imagine $1 in 1795 was
So George Washington could have been walking around with this.
absolutely that was in circulation. It's not heavily circulated. It's actually quite nice condition for the coin. But yeah, it was definitely in someone's pocket at some point.
What is it worth?
It's worth about $20,000, $18,000 today.
So if your grandfather had like 40 of these,
We've seen stories that it's happened that
they just saved them or passed it on?
absolutely. It's more unusual for coins of the late 1700s, but we've had people that have had coins in their family for 150 years that decide to sell. They've been passed down generation from generation.
Are collectors usually men?
Yes, my estimate is, this is a guess, right, but I would say it's 98%. This is not a valuable coin. It's actually quite cheap. It's just a coin I like.
It is pretty.
And mainly the toning on the coin. That's the famous Morgan dollar. That was also used in change for from 1878 through 1921.
It's a dollar.
It's a dollar, silver dollar. It's about 3/4 of an ounce, and this one was never circulated, but they were heavily circulated through.
What do you mean this one was never circulated?
That one, it's a fairly high grade for the coin, so it never never really hit other coins. It's
What is this worth?
only a few $100s. It might be a $500 or $600 coin, not as valuable as the.
So
other
you
coins.
sell coins anywhere from what to what?
You know, there's coins from $10 through coins $100,000 and more, everywhere in between. One of the main priorities with our company when we started it, it's very easy for some firms to focus on $1 million coins, $500,000 coins. We wanted to sell all price ranges. because the people that are buying expensive coins are obviously buying cheaper coins as well, and we wanted to attract most of the market. And so we do all price ranges.
Is there a penny that's valuable?
Definitely. There's the famous coin is there's two actually. 1909 VDB. They changed the design of the coin. It can sell from $1,000 to $10,000, $20,000.
Who's on it?
Lincoln, Abraham Lincoln. And
The Lincoln penny. That's
the
still
Lincoln penny. It's still around. There's also a 55 double die penny. It was an error, and the design on the front of the coin was doubled, and it looks like it was stamped twice. And people would find them in change around the time. It'd be difficult to find in change today, but I mean, it could happen. And they sell for thousands of dollars.
Whatever happened to that dollar that wasn't the size of a silver dollar? I forgot it was named after a lady.
The Susan B. Anthony
Yeah, the
dollar?
Susan B. Anthony dollar. I did a whole show on that on radio years
You did?
ago, and that came out.
Yeah, 1970.
And it looked too much like a quarter.
It did. I mean, it was very slightly larger than a quarter.
It was a mistake, rather.
It wasn't.
Obviously.
No. I mean, I think looking back at it, the Mint thinks.
Are they around now?
Absolutely, they're around, but no one uses them. The goal was to replace the dollar bill, and it was cheaper to produce coins than dollar bills.
Really?
Yes, mainly because the coins will last for so long. Dollar bills get worn out, and they've tried several times over the last 30 years to introduce a dollar coin, but it hasn't worked. It hasn't worked. And those coins are very cheap today. In fact, if you have any, you just spend them. There's no rarity to them.
Not worth anything. They're not
No
rare.
rarity to them, unfortunately.
Are any bills worth money?
Absolutely. The difference with currency, with paper money, there's not as much around. With coins, the market is so large. With currency, there's not a lot of them around. And then they're not as valuable as the equivalent in rare coins. But people still collect them.
Do you have family?
I do. My wife is American, right here, in fact. And the rest of my family's in Australia.
Do you go back often?
I used to go back a lot. I used to go back every 2 or 3 months. Nowadays, business is busy, and it's very tough to get away.
You're doing well?
Business is good, and it's getting busier every month.
Are there a lot of coin collectors in Australia?
There are. I mean, we have a much smaller population, so there's not as many in pure numbers. But people do collect coins, and mainly Australian coins. Most countries collect their own coins. We do have a few clients in Australia that buy U.S. coins, but it's not a massive part of the business.
Do most Americans buy U.S. coins?
Yes, yeah.
We'll be back with some more moments with Ian Russell after this. We're back with Ian Russell, the founder and president of GreatCollections. You can go to www.greatcollections.com for more, and there's bidding every day, right?
Every day,
right
24/7, right now.
How often do you tune into your website?
You know, I'm on it a lot. I always want to see what's going on and see what coins are bid up to. So I'm on it a lot, morning, noon, and night.
And people are giving you coins all the time on consignment?
Every day. Right now at the office, I bet 500 or 600 coins arrive today. And we never know exactly what's going to turn up every day, but definitely coins, everyday coins arrive.
I know you can get wrapped up in this, Ian.
Does it look like I am?
No, well, you're a coin freak, right? Yeah. What do you do for relaxation?
It's tough. One thing I do, I play squash, which is not as popular here as it is in Australia, but I do play squash probably 3 or 4 times a week.
Where?
In Orange County, in Irvine. Not many places in Irvine to play squash.
And you have regular opponents?
I do, yes. I probably play with 10 or 12 different people.
You have children?
No children yet.
But you want children?
I do, yes. I want to teach them about coins.
Yeah, I guess you will. Was your father into coins?
Yes, on a limited basis. He wasn't as into it as I am, but I clearly remember him showing me coins as a kid, and I think they were, actually, now I think about it more, they were my grandfather's coins that he was showing me.
How often does America change its coins? Like put a new 50-cent coin out with a different face.
It happens. It depends on the denomination. Most of the presidents that are on coins, they don't change, but the reverse does. And so the quarter series, for example, in 1999, they started doing a quarter for every state, which was the best marketing the Mint has ever done.
I mean, there was a Florida coin?
There was a Florida coin, California, Hawaii. There was every state, and it generated so many new collectors. The U.S. Mint really got it right. It was the best marketing they've ever done. We still have collectors that started off collecting those quarters just in change and then starting to buy rare coins. They've done presidential dollars. They never worked, but no one's ever spending them. But there is a series of presidential
Who's
dollars.
on the quarter? Franklin?
Washington. George Washington.
When they make new coins, they ship them to banks. What do? Where does it go?
There's several different ways they distribute them, and it depends if they're being distributed directly to collectors.
They can do that too?
Yeah, the Mint sells coins directly to collectors, and such as this modern coin here that was sold directly to collectors at the Mint. For general change, they do get distributed through banks, and you can place orders with the Fed for coins.
How many mints are there in America? There's Denver.
There's been several mints that have now closed down, like in Charlotte and Dahlonega and Carson City. But the main mint is Philadelphia, Denver. West Point is making coins.
West Point, New York?
Yeah, West Point is making a lot of bullion coins at the moment.
Do you ever go to see them made? Can the public see them made?
Yes, there are tours that each of the Mint does in each location. I don't know if Denver still does, but certainly Philadelphia does. I've not seen West Point. I've never visited West Point.
What fascinates you about a coin?
I think it's the history. You look at a coin that was made in 1795, for example, like that silver dollar, and you think about the history of what happened. How is that coin still around? What did it do? What did it buy? And that's what fascinates me. They're obviously works of art. I love certain coins from a design aspects, but I more think about the history of what it's done.
Like Wyatt Earp could have thrown that on a bar.
Exactly. Absolutely. It can happen. I mean, that's what these coins were spent. These coins, obviously, they make coins today from a collecting standpoint, but 200 years ago, these coins were made to use in commerce.
Football give you a coin for the referee to throw up?
Yeah, they use different commemoratives now, I think.
Oh, really?
I think they produce a commemorative kind of token to flick, but I'm sure some have lucky coins, right?
Wasn't there a penny that didn't have Lincoln on it, but it had an Indian?
Yeah, Indian penny. That predates. You know a lot about coins.
Oh, no, I remember I'm old. I remember Indian pennies.
Indian pennies. They had those from the 1860s through to 1900.
Could I have an Indian penny that would be worth something?
Yes, absolutely. There's certain key dates. 1877 is the most
So
most
that
rare.
could be lying around in somebody's house.
People find them. People go through bags of pennies and try to find rarities. One of our clients found only a few weeks ago went through rolls of pennies that he got from the bank and found a very rare coin that we sold for almost $20,000. And he's very happy. In fact, it was a variety. It was another double die variety from 1969, and there's only
1969.
Yeah, it was a relatively modern coin, right?
When you say double die, meaning
that the coin appears as if it was stamped twice. It's not exactly how it was made.
It's sort of a mistake.
Yeah, exactly. And it's the rarest major double die variety, and he found one. The funny thing is, it's in all the coin press at the moment. He gave an interview about the coin, and he was looking. I mean, he was purposely looking for this coin, and
really?
I can't imagine the day that he actually found one. I mean, the odds are against you, obviously, for it to be worth $20,000. And it was just an average condition coin. It had been in circulation, and he found the coin. Very lucky guy.
What would you advise people who want to get into this?
I always advise them research, learn about coins, learn about the values of coins and the grading of coins prior to making any decisions. It's very easy to get carried away, spend a lot of money on coins, and then work out, oh, what did I do? But I definitely recommend research.
Great pleasure meeting you, Ian.
Very nice to meet you too, Larry.
Thanks to my guest, Ian Russell. You can go and find more information on Great Collections, www.greatcollections.com. Thanks to Ian Russell for joining me today, and I'll see you next time.